We have some news now coming in following massive protests and 17 or 15 lives that have been lost is what we're learning. Now we're given to understand that there could be a rethink by the Nepal government on banning popular social media platforms. This is what the communications minister in Nepal has now hinted at. Several lives have been lost in protests across different cities of Nepal. It was Gen Zs that took to the streets, but it soon spilled over into a movement and uprising of sorts. We saw tear gas being shelled, water cannons being used by the police there to control the situation. The parliament annex in Nepal was also under siege by these protesters. Given that kind of pressure that is coming to the fore from these protests and from this kind of student movement, we're now learning is that the KP Sharma Oli government could be reconsidering its decision to ban several of these social media websites and apps. Nepal government likely to reconsider the ban is what we're learning, but we don't know yet if that is something that could happen. Remember, just yesterday, the Prime Minister of Nepal had gone on to defend this decision to say that it was because these tech giants were not complying with the laws of the land is why they had decided to place them under a ban. But now, given that the situation has spiraled for the worse across different cities of Nepal, now the government there seems to be in a mood to reconsider their decision. Akash now joins us, getting us more details on this. Yes, Akash.
So government in Nepal is now hinting that they are possibly going to discuss and reconsider the decision to ban social media impact platforms. We know that how, the condition and the situation has escalated to a level where individuals have lost their life. But now the communication minister, in fact, is hinting that decision to ban the social media could be, reconsidered. In fact, a cabinet meeting has been called by Prime Minister KP Sharma. And in fact, there we are expecting that this particular decision would be reconsidered. We are seeing several sort of footages and visuals, Poonam, where, youth is somewhere protesting against the decision by the government in Nepal and, very limited. In fact, access to the platforms that are available is provided, in fact, is available for general public. In fact, on social media, we have been seeing that how not just people in Nepal, but, in different countries, are coming with a sort of opinion as to how can a government, take such a step, such a measure where, they have no specific, reason, I should say, to, put a blanket ban on a number of platforms. 14 people till now, we have been given to understand, have lost, lives in this particular situation, an incident where, at number of places, we are seeing that how, protests are ongoing. And now the big update is that government can, in fact, go for a reconsideration as far as this ban is concerned, Poonam.
Akash, earlier as well, the government had claimed that they are ready to lift this ban or this blackout once these tech giants agree to comply with the laws of the land. Is that something that they are now willing to forego?
In fact, all these issues will be discussed in this cabinet meeting, we have been given to understand, because as far as, decision was concerned, so several sort of reasons were given as to why, they decided to put a ban on these platforms. But then, this particular protest has somewhere, in fact, prompted the officials and, in fact, the leaders that how they should reconsider. So possibly, they are going to, in fact, discuss as to what can be the next course of action, given that this decision was taken after, certain sort of discussions earlier. But now what is going to happen will, depend on this cabinet meeting that's slated to happen, Poonam.
Right. Akash, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. There is a meeting that is currently underway in Kathmandu where it will be decided whether the government will roll back this ban on several social media apps and websites that was put in place. But we've been speaking to stakeholders from on ground, several people who've been telling us what exactly transpired and what really was the trigger for the protest to reach to such an escalation. My colleague Siddhant Mishra, in fact, spoke to one of the journalists in Kathmandu on the situation on ground. Listen in.
सिचुएशन है वहाँ पे
तारीख किया प्रशासन की।
हाँ
काफी के खिलाफ प्रदर्शन जारी किया है।
हाँ।
तो तोड़फोड़ चनी चल रहा है।
हाँ।
ये पार्लियामेंट बिल्डिंग
हाँ
पर तो प्रशासन ने सुरक्षा सतर्कता ने थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्रोमाइज किया बता रहा है, लेकिन 2 लोग की मौत प्रदर्शनकारी का
हाँ।
और रबर ने चलाया।
कितने लोग घायल हैं?
40 प्रशासन ने किया, 40 घायल हो गए।
अच्छा।
लेकिन एक भी डेटा नहीं है।
और कितने लोग डेड हैं?
सॉरी,
कितने लोग डेड हैं?
2 लोग।
टू।
दो लोग की
और कुछ जर्नलिस्ट भी घायल हुए हैं?
जर्नलिस्ट की 5 और 6 की परिचय खुला है। जर्नलिस्ट
अच्छा।
डिजिटल मीडिया की फोटो जर्नलिस्ट लोग रिपोर्टर भी होगा।
अच्छा, तो अभी प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है या सब तितर बितर हो गए?
प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है। नियंत्रण की और प्रशासन कोशिश कर रहा है। गैस एंड गोली, रबर की गोली।
अच्छा, वो चला रहा है प्रशासन। तो आप इस वक्त स्पॉट पे ही मौजूद हैं?
स्पॉट में हॉस्पिटल में पेन होगा।
हाँ।
पेन के साथ स्पॉट में है ना, स्पॉट से जोड़ी से हॉस्पिटल